So today we're going to be talking about a tier list of life skills. We're going to be mostly trying to drive it through the audience. I'll give my 2 cents, obviously, for each skill, and I'll say if I agree or disagree. But we have a lot of life skills in here. There's like 40 or something. So yeah, victory, my boy. Get on this shit, bro. How long is it gonna take? Hour max, probably. And then we're probably gonna lead into like just general discussions, or we can dispute placements of different habits and skills and whatnot. So yeah. Okay. So let's see. Oh, what's good, Dylan? How you doing? How you doing? I see you, my boy. Hope everything's good on your side, man. All right. Let's see. So I'm gonna. This is gonna be a lot of crowd interaction. So if you want to get on the stage and like discuss a point, raise your hand. But I can just or I can just like say the general habit and then we can like vote on it, I guess. It's gonna be a SABCD tier list. So I mean the first like the probably I would say it's an S, but the first skill we have here is communication. Where would you guys put communication? I'd say it's an S. S, yeah, for sure. Man, I need y'all to hop on the stage though, so that we can like discuss why we think it's an S and how we think we can build communication skills. Because I don't want to just be like, oh, okay, so this is S, this is A, this is S, this is A, like be blind. So let's see, Saidi, hop on. Let's see, why is communication S tier skill, and how do you build good communication skills? Yeah, basically any communication, interpersonal skills, charisma, just general stuff. Society, I invited you up if you wanna join up the stage. Yo, what's good,
Got
bro?
you, got you. Hey, nice to meet everybody. My name is John, but everyone as is Discord, so my Discord is Saidi. Um, but yeah, basically, like for me, it's like I'm in a long distance relationship, and communication is kind of like not only crucial just for, relationships and like girlfriends and boyfriends, but like just in general, like even with your family. Even with my brother, like being at college for so long, being in medical school, being in like just the next transition of my life, being very communicative to not only my family, my friends, and my loved ones has paid dividends more than more than I can compare. Like I'm reaping all the benefits with it, um,
Mm.
and basically, it does help a lot um, with what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm
No
like
problem, no
I'm
problem.
trying to do two things at one time, but yeah, I'm doing patient paperwork right now. But basically, with my long distance relationship, like the number one thing I was really worried about was communication. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've been dating my girlfriend right now for it would be 3.5 years on my birthday this upcoming November. So
happy belated.
it's very hard. Thank you, thank you so much, man. It's coming up here soon in like 2 weeks.
Word.
But I'm really excited, man. Like, I joined the cult back in I want to say like July. Um, and this is nothing but, greatness. I've been trying to help people not only the best I can, but like just like try to teach them that like, I'm in my mid 20s now, so it's like, I've experienced a lot, and a lot of these guys that are in here, they're younger than me. And I just want to tell them and like teach them that like, with communication, like communication is one of the utter best things that you can, learn, in many, many, many different things,
For sure.
um, you use communication in everything, like coworkers, friends, um, everything. Like there's nothing I don't think, you know, you don't use communication with. Like I use communications with my coworkers, my patients. Um, you know, it's crazy that like a lot of people just lack communication. I'm telling you guys right now, like a lot of women like lack communication. Like they don't know how to have communication skills. And if you notice that from the beginning, like you need to get out of that. Like I've been in two terrible relationships, two terrible, terrible relationships where I was barely like I was begging for the bare minimum. I was begging to, be talked to, be loved, all this, like I could go on and on about this, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's crazy that like, I was begging for the bare minimum, and now that with, my girlfriend I have now, it's like, I don't have to do any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's so natural, it's so easy. Everything is just so calming, you know what I'm saying? To have someone like be there and just be able to communicate with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry I'm taking so much time, you know what I'm saying? I
No
mean, you
problem.
can
No
kick
problem.
me off whenever, but um, I'm just saying like communication is the most important thing in life. I was gonna say like if there was an SS tier, I'd put it in SS tier. I'd put it all the way at the top because like, you can't go anywhere without communication.
For sure.
Even people who can't speak, people who are deaf, people who, they have means of communication. Everyone has means of communication, and you need to understand that without communication, you're not gonna go anywhere, like anywhere in
Definitely.
life. But yeah, that's basically what I'll cut it out to.
Yeah, and honestly, not even that. Like communication skills. If you don't have good communication skills, for example, something like starting a business, or for example, if you're a YouTuber, if you don't have good communication skills, you're not going to be able to be assertive and get your point across in a clear and good manner to the point where people will actually want to come back to your videos and keep receiving value from you. Otherwise, they're going to be like, oh, this guy is not confident in what he's saying. He's just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like the communication skills, not only for like just day to day, like with coworkers and stuff, but just being confident and portraying a point, you become a lot more influential when you have good communication skills.
Absolutely. Like you got to understand that like people who end up like communicating like YouTubers, and influencers and everything, like a lot of people want to be like YouTubers and influencers, and it's really hard because like they can't keep that means of communicating with their fans or like people that like want to support them. And it's like, like the whole term like going Hollywood on someone where like you basically forget everyone that like supported you in the beginning or
Mm-hmm.
loved you in the beginning. Like you can't, like you got to understand that like a lot of people do end up doing that, and it's very scary to be in that situation. And you got to understand that like you can never forget those that first helped you, that first wanted you to succeed. I mean, I want everyone in here to succeed. That's just the first thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to see everyone. I'm in my first year of residency, and like 10 years ago I would have never expected to be here. And same thing, like even physically, like when I joined this cult in July, bro, like I would not expect to be here, but like just the amount of love and support from everyone, like you gotta understand is like you can't forget those types of people. Like even people that like message me and stuff for like information or like just like advice. Like like I try my best to just help those people because like you can't forget the people that like supported you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like you can't. You gotta not really like you don't have to like acknowledge them all the time, but like you know affirmation helps and it goes such a long way. Just a little bit can go such a long way.
for sure. I mean, also like humans, the only reason we're at the top of the hierarchy and at the top of the food chain is also because of our communication skills. If we didn't form like tribes together and form like complex societies, we would never be in the position we are today. So just off of that, that's good enough proof to me that communication skills is at an S tier. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move you back to the audience. I appreciate you spitting
Appreciate
facts.
everyone, guys. Absolutely, man. I appreciate everyone.
Spam up the Adonises for Saidi. And also, I wanted to touch on how you actually build communication skills because I forgot to add that. But building communication skills is pretty straightforward, honestly. Like, I'm gonna be giving a based example of just read How to Win Friends and Influence People because it's a great book. But just look, you start by giving people eye contact, initiating conversations with people, cold approaching, taking more pauses in your speech, slowing down your speech so that you don't stutter, like so you have a clear message going across. But the next skill we have here is study skills. Exactly, it's better to just pause than saying basically like stuff like that. But where do you think study skills go? Oh, I forgot to say that the entire tier list is based like the differentiation between tiers is based on how much it'll improve your life. So, for example, communication skills can drastically improve your life. shit like that. Just generally, like, because I mean, I personally, honestly, if I'd say it's a B. But the thing is, it's not just studying. Actually, hold on, sorry. I'd say it's an A because studying doesn't have to be school related. It can also be like self improvement related with reading novels and just general learnings. The more effective you study and the better study skills you have, the more effectively and efficiently you can get in information, which can inevitably improve your life. I'd say it's still a B for me. Okay, I'm definitely not putting it at S, but let's see. Let's put a poll up. So vote for A and vote on this with a gold Adonis or a regular Adonis for if you think it's A or B. Personally, I'd say it's a B for me. But I want to see what you guys think. Ooh, it's really close. B plus, I guess. Or let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and put an A then. Any of the students in here, you wanna hop up and drop some study skills? Because I know I can put some good stuff in there. Or justification of why you think it's A, maybe. Who's a good student here? Who wants to come up? Picture you Weldon, bro. All right, let's get AX237. Why are study skills in the A tier? Actually, I probably should have invited someone who said it was A tier. AX, I invited you. If you look at the top of your Discord, you should see a yes or a no. There you go.
Oh, okay. I thought I was like already on for a sec. Anyways, I know I sound kind of young. I'm like 14, and I like I just decided to attend this. Kind of nervous because there's like 80 people listening, but like anyways, let me continue, or I'm gonna continue. So I think definitely what I do is that I listen to music while I study. Like it really helps, listening to
Mhm.
music. I think um study habits. I'm trying to think of some really good study habits. Um, I think yeah, maybe probably like taking like lots of notes. And you said like taking notes of everything. Like for example, when I watch some of Hamza's improvement videos, I will like take notes. Like I have a notebook and I have my workout routine, everything in there, stuff like that. I put my like that's where I write everything down and all of that. Um, and yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I know. I think first of all, your first point about music, I definitely love listening to like lo-fi beats or things without lyrics, especially because if there's lyrics going on, I start just like vibing and you know what I'm saying, like I get distracted. But if it's something like a lo-fi beat or a binaural beat, I agree it can definitely help me concentrate. And
Yeah,
yeah, taking notes is crucial, man. Like I'm pretty sure there's a study somewhere out there. Just take my word for it. Source, trust me, bro. That writing down notes helps you memorize things a lot better, and it's obvious.
yeah,
So,
mm-hmm.
there's
Yeah,
two other things I can suggest. There's this app called Anki, which is basically like flashcards that utilizes spaced repetition, which is another technique that you will. It's like the best way to learn scientifically is by spacing it out in increasing intervals over time. So at the start, you don't want to do like a day, then 2 days, and like a week, and then you keep increasing the intervals, and eventually that's like the best way to memorize it. And then
yeah,
that's what Anki does. And then there's also this thing called active recall. So basically, for example, you read through a page or a couple pages, maybe even a full chapter, and then you actively recall the information that you just read. And it helps you memorize the information a lot better because then whatever you don't remember, you can go back and just reread it. And then you do the process until you remember everything.
Oh yeah. Another thing that I also learned too is that like if let's say you have to memorize, let's say I have like a spelling test, all right? There's like 5 words on it and I need to memorize them. If I will go through the whole thing and if I get one wrong, I will read it again, put my hand over the words, try to memorize them if I get it wrong, and then keep on starting from the beginning and like I do I keep on starting from the first word to the 5th word every single time I repeat it, you know, so I
Mm-hmm.
get it down. Same thing with like I play a lot of video games, so like let's say I'm playing a fighting game and I get a combo wrong. I keep on doing it until I get the combo
Mm-hmm.
perfectly right. Yeah. So um that's that I think that's all I have to say really. I think studying definitely A tier because like if you don't have it, you can't get a job, right?
For sure.
So
I mean,
yeah.
if we're going the entrepreneur route, there's definitely ways to get a job. But I guess just general learning, because even if you can do entrepreneurship, you won't have as much value to share if you don't have the information that you would get from studying. So
Hmm.
yeah, I guess A makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I did hear something in the lecture chat. I shouldn't play video games. Yes, I understand. I shouldn't be playing video games. I only play it when I have nothing else to do. Plus, I'm like also a kid, so I don't have much stuff to do, especially since it's like the weekend. So yeah, that's just something I saw in the lecture chat, really. But
Mm.
yeah, I know it's not good. I really should stop playing video games. It's just an example from my life, you know.
Honestly, I personally say if you play video games, just if as long as you can have it in check, like you're not playing like 4 or 5 hours a day, I honestly think it's fine to play video games. That's just my opinion. That's like one of the major points where I actually disagree with Hamza. But
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
is there anything
Yeah,
else you'd like to add, or any other tips on studying, or
studying. I think like sometimes like it's very hard. Like let's say I have a bad memory, so like I like the school that I go to, they give me like planners where you can write stuff down in it. Getting like your own little book and then like let's say you do a class and you're done in class and then you like write down or you're given homework and then you write it down in that book and then like you go home and then do it. That's what do after every class. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I think that's all I have to say.
all right,
Thanks
thanks, bro.
for letting me be up here.
Nah, man, it
All
takes a
right.
lot of balls to come up here, especially if it's your first time ever actually
Yeah.
coming up
Hey,
onto this stage, man. So props to
yeah.
you for that.
Thanks, man. Have a good day.
You too, bro. Take care. Let's go, Victory.
Yo, what's up?
That guy's chill. I fuck with that dude.
Yeah,
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 no, like
definitely.
literally, I remember the first time Miles is actually the dude who originally started lectures, and the first time I joined up on stage, I was like so nervous. My heart was beating so
Yeah,
fast. Now it's just like, 70 people, whatever. It, it's just exposure to fear will reduce fear. But yeah.
yeah. But like going on like the topic of studying and just like learning stuff in general. Like it's very like pretty much mandatory when it comes to like traditional education because well you can try coasting through your classes and stuff, but it's like it's not gonna end well. So you're better off just attempting or trying to implement good study habits and a good studying routine into your lifestyle. So people are like they're very against like oh sitting down for like they don't no one wants to like sit down for hours on end just reading like lecture materials or revising topics and keywords and stuff. But there's a lot of like ways to simplify it or a lot of different ways to like make the whole process just easier in general. I like a very popular one is like Pomodoro, like the 25 minutes and the 5 minute breaks. Like people like to do that, or you can just adjust the amount of time, like the variables to just suit you. But but yeah, that might not be for everyone. Some people might just like to try studying just like raw, like
Hmm.
just go in and then they just like get everything done with as much minimal breaks or like as the least amount of breaks as possible. Yeah, but I'd say on the tier list, like I actually think it's a B. It's important, yeah, and like it's also has like good applications like outside of a traditional like academic environment. For example, in business, like no matter what you do, you're going to have to learn how to study or do some sort of research. Like for example, let's say you're in entrepreneurship or you're starting a business and you're going to have to make or do some research upon your competitors or your product or your target market. Like it's a very important skill to have. It's pretty fundamental if you just want to be able to retain knowledge effectively. So it's important, but it's not like the most important skill in the world. Like most people can are capable of retaining knowledge, and it's a lot more easier, especially with technology.
Hmm.
And the main thing is like in academics, like in school and stuff, you pretty much just copy and paste the information onto your exam sheet, and that's the end of it. But like out in the real world, there's not going to be the same amount of pressure. If you forget something, you can just go onto Google or access your notes elsewhere. So it's not trying to learn everything off by heart. It's not as mandatory as it used to be.
Hmm. You know, when you said Pomodoro, you actually reminded me of this thing called deep work, and I recommend you guys read the book real fast because obviously I swear to God it's actually snowing. Anyway, basically deep work is just like sitting down doing work for 90 minutes straight, no distractions, nothing, staying on to your work, and you'll find that you get a lot more work done in this time of deep work than you would normally get done if you're doing something like a Pomodoro. But yeah, that was just a random thing to add.
Yeah, and definitely it's a lot easier to get distracted with small breaks because your break might end and you might be doing something and you might just get sucked down into the
Yeah.
rabbit hole of just trying to continue off of that, which can just lead to just general distraction. But yeah, when you go into like university, it's a whole different like game compared to let's say high school when it
Yeah.
comes to studying. Like me, like this time last year in high school, I was doing like jack shit. I wasn't really doing anything. I was just like sleeping through my classes. Like I remember maths would be like my sleep class. I'd just come into maths and I'd just sleep on the table or just be on my phone while the teacher is talking. Cause like I knew I was like confident. I knew my grade. I could like pull out good grades if I wanted to. And as like the major exams like drew closer, I was like, yeah, this is where I'm gonna up my study rate. But I definitely don't recommend people do that. It's better off to just study earlier, get the earlier advantage, and then
Mm.
you'd be pretty much easily prepared, and you won't have to resort to hours of cramming and stuff. It's just not practical or easy.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, in in university, like there's no going around that. Studying's gonna it's gonna be like a centerpiece in your lifestyle or routine. Even today, I got like what 4 hours plus in which that time I'd normally just spend watching YouTube or just playing video games. But like I can't even do those things if I wanted to. So it's like learning is like a fundamental skill. It's an important skill, and pretty much no matter what stage you are in life, it's gonna be around, and you're just gonna have to learn to get good at it. So overall, it's an important skill, but it's not the most necessary. I'd say.
Mm. I'm seeing a lot of hashtag become cult member, and I feel like you guys are kind of pushing it onto them to a little too much, but
Yeah, you want to be like
basically,
subtle.
uh, you guys don't have to join the cult, but I do recommend it. There are a lot more channels compared to the Jeffrey channels, because obviously you go deeper into the cult. There are more valuable channels. There are more channels. There are more active members, and the members in those, like in the just general cult member channels, have more value to share. So there's a general channel, relationships, fitness, no fap. There's a bunch of channels that have a lot of value, and the deeper you go, actually go down the cult, disciple, Adonis, uh, there's more and more value. So it'll work to your advantage to actually get into the cult, and it's very simple to do so. So if you guys have like a piece of paper beside you, just write the 5 habits of gratitude, exercising, meditation, journaling, uh, and reading. Just write that on paper, have the date beside it, and then just go ahead, tick them off, and post it in what's it called, habit tracker approval. A model will approve you, and then you'll get access to the rest of the cult, which has a lot of value. But yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
obviously,
but like, how's like this whole lecture going on? Like, is that there's like sharing like essential skills or what?
yeah, I have like a list on my phone that I'm looking at right now. It just has a bunch of skills that I'm gonna introduce to the audience, and then we're all gonna collectively vote on what tier we think they're in, and then we're
All
gonna
right,
give like
okay.
tips and skills and whatnot relating to those, uh,
Yeah,
whatever habits or skills, whatever. But the next one, like, I don't want to do like just like communication, stress related management, all that type of skills fully, just so we don't have like only S and A. So I'm gonna break it up, and I'm gonna introduce the next skill, which is cooking skills. Now, personally, I'd say cooking skills are a C, because the tier list, if it was um something like that would actually boost you up and make you like really high, like it'll improve your life a lot, it'd be like higher tier. But it's based on how much it improves your life. Actually, no, I disagree with that statement, because having a good healthy diet will improve your performance in the gym, improve mental clarity, and whatnot. I'd say nutrition as a whole. Nutrition as a whole would probably be a bit easier to categorize, but what do you? Okay, if it's nutrition as a whole, I'd say B tier.
yeah, it's definitely something that's very like pivotal. Something that has a profound effect on many aspects of like
Yeah,
an individual's like just like how they process in life or function. So yeah,
yeah.
definitely I'd say that's pretty high up there.
I wouldn't say cooking skills are above studying skills, but because if we're putting like, in my opinion, I'd say studying skills, getting knowledge is power. So I'd say like all that would be above cooking skills. So um yeah, just okay, general cooking, nutrition, just all everything that encompasses nutrition. Yeah, Oscar, I'll invite you up after we get the general thing. Peep, I'm gonna edit it in the post edit. It's a little bit disorganized like that, but I can't share my screen on the stage. I would have done that already. Let's get Oscar up here. Maybe we can have a debate about this and get more points. What's good, Oscar?
Hello? Can you hear?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, great. Um, in my opinion, cooking is an easy A tier,
Hmm.
but because having the knowledge of how to make a quick, healthy, and cheap meal can make you go through a lot of times where usually, well, in general, tough times. Like, for example, if you're in college and you have a low budget, if you know how to use that in a proper way to eat healthy and maintain yourself straight in your diet, you will perform better.
Hmm. Indeed. See, I think, because I feel like, what do you think of, like, do you think that just general nutrition and cooking skills are more important than study skills?
Well, no. I rated studying skills at an S tier. Like the way that I view studying skills is how well and efficiently you can acquire knowledge.
Yeah,
And that's pretty much what made humans become the apex predator. The
indeed.
ability to gain knowledge in various different fields and then hold that.
Yes. Yeah, that's that my view of it is study skills are very important, like just general knowledge and being able to get knowledge is extremely important. But everyone's saying like maybe someone who's saying that nutrition skills should be on the S tier or A tier. You guys want to like whoever said that, just say in the lecture chat and I'll invite you up so we can get the other side of the story. Because I
We're
would
going by S.
wait, what
Go
was
on,
that?
it's mine. I was just gonna ask. We're going by S A B C D tier, right?
Yeah. And then obviously the ones closer to the left side will be the most valuable. So uh I think I'm comfortable with putting nutrition beside study skills, but study skills are more important. Do we agree on that? Can we get like a thumbs up, thumbs down
Yeah.
here? Hold on, let me make a poll.
I think they have to be like relative to each other anyway. Because for starters, you can't cook without being able to learn. Like
That is true.
Yeah.
they complement. Like I feel like they complement each other very like effectively. And if you have a very good diet just from cooking, it's gonna help you be able to be easily able to function during studying and intake of knowledge just by virtue of being healthy. So
Well, I think that we can break it down a little bit because cooking can help you keep a good diet and sustain your physical and mental health quite a bit better.
Yeah.
More physical than mental, but you will notice yourself being a lot more awake and metaphorically speaking more alive if you're eating properly.
That is true.
And then studying, learning a lot in a specific field and becoming a professional in it. For example, getting a university degree, going through like medical school, that can boost your lifestyle, your economy, and like the value that you can provide to the world by quite a bit, whilst your nutrition is a lot more private and personal.
I just want to respond to someone in the chat. I think what's gonna happen by the end of this lecture is that there are no B/C tier skills as everything is so crucial, and that most that are mentioned are gonna be in the A/S because that's why they are life skills. You need them for life. What do you think? I actually agree with you. Most of the skills that I'm gonna mention are gonna be put into the higher tiers just because yeah, as you mentioned, they're life skills and they're important for life. So do you guys want to ditch the tier list idea and then I can just throw out the general or do you okay, so we have two options here. We can make the tier list a lot more strict and make it like actually like utilize all of the tiers, or we can ditch the tier list idea. I can drop all the skills and then we can just talk about the different skills and how we can improve those skills and why they're good.
yeah, I think like a list is it's kind of arbitrary. Like most of the stuff it's
Yeah.
up to like interpretation and stuff. So
Yeah.
definitely just like discussing the benefits and or the pros and cons of each like individual skill is probably the best play.
Well,
I mean,
I
it's
don't know.
I
What
just wanted
skills
to
do we
respond
have?
to. There's a lot of skills and there are quite a few good ones. But hold on, let me. Ibrahim says like, low is not bad, but some are better than others. Yeah, the thing is that, for example, like study skills and like, for example, in nutrition, they're not, in my opinion, the like S tier skills that are like things that are like mental health management, assertiveness, like shit like that, like things that are super important, super essential to your life. Um, or we can go super essential, beneficial, unnecessary. Actually, I think that's a great idea. I'm gonna switch the uh tier list because if it's like how we're doing it right now, it's gonna be like everything's in an S, uh, or an A. Then Luca, I would give you Adonis right now if I could for that suggestion. That was fucking excellent. Okay, so we agree communication is a super essential skill and study skills are beneficial, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So do you
Do you
guys
think that we
go for it?
do you think that we could find certain areas in which each different skill would be better or worse? So like social, personal, and then economical?
So like breaking down the like just general communication into like more specific skills.
Yeah, because for example, cooking is a very personal skill, unless you're
Yeah.
gonna become a chef, but that's professional cooking. While communication is a social skill, and then studying is also a more personal skill, and yet you still have to bring it into the corporate lifestyle, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
for your company or for the people that you're working with.
I feel like we're not gonna have anything unnecessary because most of the skills that I'm gonna say are pretty important, but whatever. Um, yeah, we want. I also want to make sure we go a little bit faster because it's already been like 30 minutes, and we're not gonna be able to get through most of the skills in that. Yeah, complimentary is a better word for that. So we have a new tier list that's a lot less complicated. We have the highest tier, which is super essential, beneficial, and complementary. Uh, all right, I'm gonna put up a poll. Nutrition. Okay, hold on. DT. All right, vote on the my comment about for nutrition because I'd say it's beneficial but not essential. But democracy, you feel me? What's the next one, Syntax? The next one is mental health management, which I know is already gonna get put into super essential.
Yeah.
If you guys don't think so, I think so. Yeah, okay. So I'll put nutrition into top tier, but I do think communication skills are more important than nutrition skills. All right. I'm just gonna like I want to elaborate on how to get good nutrition skills, but it kind of goes into studying skills. So basically, just doing your good research and yeah, a 10-minute cap per skill. It's gonna save me a lot of time. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Hold on. Oh, timer. Okay, so Oscar, I'm gonna move you down to the audience. Appreciate you coming up here, though.
Yeah, sure. No
Take
worries.
care, bro.
Thanks for having me.
No problem, bro. Okay. So mental health skills starting now. Let's see. Obviously, it's an S, but if anyone wants to come up here and discuss how they or even if you disagree, I'd like to, you know, get you up here. Or if you have any ideas on how to build it, um, or if you have any oppositions to it being in super essential. Yeah, it'll be on record or it'll be on YouTube. Don't worry. And I'll try to edit it a little bit faster. I just had a lot of work this last week. Let's see, man, I am dead. I'm
Yeah,
invited
but I
you.
think just
And
I think mental health is just like universally agreed as uh I don't even know what term we're going by, super essential, I think, or
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So
let's
it's
do it.
definitely something that everyone agrees on, that it's very important, because it's like the initial step, right, towards
Yeah.
taking
I mean,
anything. Of your mindset or mental health isn't in the right place, it's just gonna be a grievance or a detriment to what you're trying to do, or to the performance and the work you're trying to put in. So definitely, like, you want your mental health to be set and to be checked out before you try to participate in any work
yes.
or any process.
Yeah, I agree. Mental health is actually very important. It's part of you, and if you're not in the right mental state, you can't make a lot of choices. Like like for me, I'm also struggling a bit with my mental health, but I'm trying my best. And mental health is the most important thing for a human, of course. And okay, I'm actually a bit nervous because this is my first time coming up here and speaking with 57 people. But yeah, like if you're struggling with mental health, you should seek help. Talk to a friend. Talk to someone you trust. Because if you have control of what am I saying?
Take your time, bro.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all right.
thank you. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, that mental health is the most important thing for a human being. And and if you and you think if you're struggling with mental health, if you are having some kind of depressional thought, I if you're struggling with mental health, then you should just go seek help. Go talk to a friend, talk to a therapist, talk to family, loved ones, it's everyone, because it's
Hmm.
very important. And if you want to grow as a human being, if you want to develop yourself, then you need to have a good mental health, and you
Hmm.
need to learn that life it's too short. It's just too short, so just live your life how you want. Just live your life how you want. Don't care about what people tell you. Don't try to, like, how is it? Don't try to get people's what was the name for it again? Forgot the word for it. Yeah, approval. Thank you, Willie. Just stop trying to get people's approval, because that's just gonna drag you down.
Hmm.
Instead of care about what your loved ones think, the people, your family members, your parents, care about them, and also yourself. If you want to grow, if you want to have better social skills, if you want to have like a good life, then mental health is very important.
Sure.
Yeah,
All right,
I
and
mean,
yeah, go ahead.
no, that was it. That was it.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna drop a mental health video soon, hopefully. But yeah, no, mental health is the basis of everything you do. Without having a good level of mental health, like I like to think of I've said this analogy like 85 times, but think of your mind as a computer, bro, or just like a computer. And having all these tabs open is like having poor mental health. Like think of like root issues in your brain as like having many tabs open. And basically when you have these tabs open, your RAM is going to be taxed. That's like your mental capacity. Your mental capacity is just your general RAM. And when you have all these root issues and all these issues which are uh, thought of as tabs in your brain, obviously your RAM is going to be taxed. And when your RAM is taxed, you're not thinking clearly, you don't have mental clarity. It's going to impact your productivity, it's going to impact a bunch of things in your life. So, having good mental health is like going in and hitting the X button on all of those tabs. And there are many ways to do this, but obviously, I think my favorite is journaling. It's the easiest way to locate the root issues and alleviate a lot of that stress. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Mental health can be seen as like the catalyst to action. Essentially, it's what's gonna get you up and to into completing or getting the initial process of taking action. So the more you look after yourself, and the more like confidence or just self belief you have in yourself, you're gonna be able to do things a lot more easier without second thoughts or doubting yourself. So it's a skill that is pretty essential to be developed in order to function effectively in today's world as well. And you want, like it's been said before, you want to focus on yourself. You want to be self-centered, not in the selfish way, but in the way that you're not going to flinch or to be taken aback at other people's comments or opinions of you. You're going to know your own capabilities and be able to back yourself in situations that are difficult or aren't as easy. So definitely your mental health plays a very pivotal role in those aspects.
Sure.
Yes. Yes, I agree. And if you want to grow as a person, you need to have a good mental health. And if you want a better mental health, like if you're struggling with mental health right now, the thing I can say, just get rid of all the toxic people. Surround yourself with people that likes you for who you are, that supports you and your dreams. And also, just do a lot of research, I guess, about mental health
Hmm.
if you're struggling with that, of course. And if you want to become a better person, then you need to have a good mental health. And yeah, that's all I can say for
Um.
now.
Yeah. I want to cap it here because it's like about to hit 10 minutes. So I'm gonna move on. So I appreciate you for coming up here.
Yes,
Man, I am dead.
thanks. Thanks for bringing me here.
No problem, bro. Take care.
You too.
Obviously, there's quite a few things that I recommend for fixing your mental health, but science of well-being course and journaling and meditation, gratitude, top few things. But hey, hit up the DM, bro. Just slide through. I've dealt with one in the past, and I'd say I've pretty much overcame one. So if you need help, I can help you. I am here for you. All right. Creativity skills. What y'all think? I'd say it's a complementary skill, to be honest.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on what you do. Definitely,
Yeah, whatever you use it
something
for.
like yeah, if you're an artist or someone who like who expresses themselves in some sort of art form, then creativity is like an essential asset or skill. But if you're just like you're an everyday kind of guy
Yeah,
that just goes through the daily motions of just life, like keeping fit,
for
keeping
sure.
healthy, progressing through your days. It's something that's not too useful. It definitely is useful when it comes to just getting general work done. Like let's say you have an essay due, you don't want to be to spit out an essay that's like something an NPC would have wrote. You want to have some like unique aspects to it. You want to be able to make it so much fun for yourself, and creativity can help in that aspect.
Mm. Boys, we're going by a three-tiered system now. We changed it so it's less complicated. It's super essential, which is essentially like the AS tier. Uh, beneficial, which is like a BC, and then complementary, which is kind of like low tier. What do you guys think? I'd say honestly, I'd say it's at best beneficial, and then complementary at the lowest. C, and I'm a musician. Pepper, I'm talking about creativity. Do a poll. Yeah, that's a good idea. Uh, on the F, vote Adonis for. Sorry, gold Adonis for super essential, regular Adonis for beneficial, and then let's see, Hamza based for. Let me get the Hamza based out. Hold on. Reactions. Fucking. Yo, Discord is hard, bro. Okay, fine. Jeffrey
yeah, I
for
put it in.
complimentary.
Oh yeah.
Jeffrey can be for
Yeah, I'll put it.
complimentary. So once again, super essential is gold Adonis, beneficial is regular Adonis, and Jeffrey is complimentary. Oh God King, I don't want to spam up lecture details that much with polls. Okay, so it seems like we're putting creativity in the beneficial category. It's fine. These polls are working fine for us right now. Honestly, hold on. Who wanted to come up? They said like, please give me up or something. Uguay. There you go. Why do you think creativity is what it is, or if you disagree with it being beneficial, or if you have any just general tips about why creativity is good or whatnot? Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay. So, I want to tell why I found creativity extremely important because I don't even think it's complementary, because creativity is not only about like how you come up with creative ideas, you know. I think it's also about how you come up with different creative ideas to a certain problem or solution. If you would have had any creativity at all, then how would have you came up with an idea to do this or to do that or to basically do anything? If you or if people would have had no creativity at all, then they wouldn't have came up with anything, or at least anything interesting or useful. Which is why I do believe that, like, if creativity wouldn't have existed, then our humanity would have not been developed, and it would have just been stuck in the Stone Age. We would have been creating square-shaped rocks by now.
Yeah. Wait, one question I have to you. I'm gonna be playing devil's advocate here, so don't get mad at me, but are we truly creative beings, and is creativity that important if everything is not like what's it called? Nothing we create is original.
Nothing we create is
Because if you think about it, everything that we do since birth is based off of previous knowledge that's already been created. For example, when someone created or discover something, for example, let's go with the light bulb. That information or that invention would never be possible if the previous knowledge about whatever, like electricity or whatever, if that knowledge wasn't present, then he wouldn't be able to create the light bulb.
Well, I mean, I guess, like, I don't know, God gave us the resources, and it is up to us and our creativity to use these resources. It's like, and you know, still, even if you steal an idea, you have to still come up with a creative outcome on how to steal it without like getting any consequences. I guess. I'm kind of nervous, not gonna lie.
Don't be, bro. We're people online. We don't know you in real life. You're just on here, just vibing, bro.
But I hope you kind of understood my point.
Yeah, no, I definitely did. I think I'm
Uh,
gonna leave creativity in the beneficial category just off the previous poll, but
Alright,
yeah,
it's okay. Thank you for putting me to the stage, by the way.
no problem,
I
bro. I
wrote a cool
appreciate you
dude,
coming up
not
here,
gonna
man.
lie. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Alright, bro. Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah, but the thing is with like creativity, it's expansive, right? It's like very layered. There's
Yeah,
multiple dimensions to it, so it's kind of hard to just cover every single aspect in
yeah,
under like tight time constraints.
true. How much time has it been? 50, almost an hour. Let's see. Let's see. I feel like we should break down communication into more specific skills, just because communication encompasses leadership, assertiveness, interpersonal skills. Like it encompasses so many things. So, do you think we should break that down deeper?
Yeah, that of like yeah, like elaborate on it. We can definitely
Yeah.
like hit some better, more like direct points that may be for like individual people. They may find something like educational from it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, instead of just like touching on the just the definition of creativity, for example, or the
Yeah.
definition of communication. Yeah.
Game, leadership, charisma, small talk, relation. Okay, yeah, that's a good little list of things
Yeah.
to talk about. Okay, let's talk about the first thing then. What do you guys think about leadership, and where do you think that stands on our little table? I'd say it's probably, I'm being pretty harsh on the list. I wouldn't even say nutrition is super essential. I'd say it's beneficial, but I'd say leadership is essential or beneficial. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Beneficial. Yeah.
Okay, on this G now. G is okay, so Adonis for beneficial, or sorry, gold Adonis for super essential, and then regular Adonis for beneficial. Because the thing is, not everyone can be a leader, and although being a leader is important in our day to day lives, it's not the most important thing, and it's not going to carry you to the top of your life and give you the most experiences. Obviously, they'll help with that. Bro, I can't believe it's snowing outside. Like it was like 15 degrees like a couple days ago.
Bruh.
I'm actually kind of pissed right now. But yeah, no, if we were all leaders, like the Discord server would be in chaos. There's not room for everyone to be a leader. If we all were on the stage right now, it would be impossible for us to, be organized. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think there's a common misconception that being the leader it's like a must, or it's like the pinnacle of just like social status, when that's definitely not the case. There's definitely different roles that need to be played
Yeah,
and have to be played, or like the role that is the leader wouldn't be able to function if those other roles weren't being fulfilled.
yeah. Now, Coach Woj said,
Yeah, that's
"Leader of
true.
your
Yeah.
own life." That's something different. I think we're talking about communication skills. So leading other people, not necessarily leading your own life, but just general leadership, like on a person to person basis. If we're talking leadership of your own life, that is very important. You need to be in control of your life because otherwise you're not going anywhere. You don't know where you want to go. Oh, shit. God King, you want to talk about leadership? Because I think you disagree
Hello,
with it being
boys.
just in the beneficial, right?
Hello.
Yo,
Yo.
Yo, so can we just start by defining leadership? you hear me?
Yeah,
My
we
voice
can.
alright?
I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is the show. This is the social context, right? And like
Yeah,
not the
social context,
business
not like being a
context,
leader of
yeah.
your own life. Maybe someone in the chat can give like a good definition, because let's see. I'm just gonna cop out. Someone in the chat say it.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
Yeah, because I actually read a very good, or not a very good, in my personal opinion, a pretty good what's the word called in English? Like a way of redefining the word like leader or whatever. Or not. This is not actually like leader. This is just a way to look at life, and it's like looking at your own life as you being a nation, and or looking at yourself as you being a nation. So basically, you're a nation, another person, and other people are other nations, and maybe your parents and your siblings and those you love. Those are like neighboring nations. So in the US, like maybe Canada, or in Finland, maybe Sweden, Norway, or Germany, maybe France. And if you have a good relationship with your neighboring nations, then it's great. And if not, you both suffer. And yourself, so your like yourself is the president of the nation, and your moral code and the rules become your constitution. And then the rules come from knowing what causes harm to the nation, and the moral code basically ensures that the lines will never cross. And then self-control is the security force that enforces the rules and moral codes in the constitution. Then self-respect is the happiness index of your nation, and this is felt when self-control does its job well.
Yeah.
And then the desire, urges, or tendencies in you that cause harm, those are the terrorists of your nation. And then your ego is the opposition party in your nation. So basically, it wants you to be the best, but it doesn't really know what is the best. So, except that it's a word that makes you feel great. And then, because of this, the self must govern the ego and work together on certain projects. And then self-satisfaction is enjoying the prosperity from the results. And I actually think that's a really good way of looking at life and really know.
Yeah.
I just started thinking of this when talking about leadership, because it's like, nations and leaderships.
I mean,
And
if we
putting yourself in
define
a-
leadership in that way, I would agree it would be in the most like the super essential tier. But the thing is, we're taking it like everything can be changed tier wise based on how you define it. But I think in the way we're defining it, it's more like leading people rather than leading yourself, and that's why I would
Yeah,
say
for sure.
it's in the tier below super essential, which is beneficial. Yeah, beneficial.
Yeah, I would actually say like, just if I were to throw in like S tier habits or life skills or whatever, I would say personal like physical health, and then like, so for example, working out, making sure you're not fat, or if you are fat, or if you are fat, then like making sure you stay healthy or get healthy, and then for sure nutrition, because like what goes in the tank comes out. So if you fuel your car with like fucking crap, like imagine putting Coke inside of your car, the car would break down within seconds. So like making sure you use the have the right fuel, and then sleeping. I'd say learning to sleep and sleeping well, that's for sure S tier as well. So eat, sleep, and working out, for sure. Those are, I think you can get pretty far in life with those life skills.
All right. I forgot to time this one, but it's definitely been around 10 minutes, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, I just come in here to rant. I just came home from some friends. So everybody in the lecture, have you had a great day today? A great Sunday? How's your Sunday been?
Chilling.
All right, yeah.
More than 10 minutes.
More than 10 minutes.
All
Thank you
right,
for your
God
time.
King. I'm gonna
Yeah, move me out, man.
cross your ankles up, drop you back to the appreciate you, bro. That's funny.
Yeah.
Bro, I ain't hear from God King in a fucking minute, bro. It's been chill to
Definitely.
hear from him again. Cause I don't know if you've been detoxing or something, but nice to have you back. Dead. Let me go back to the. So we said leadership is. I need to write all these ones down just so that I have it for the post edit. We said leadership is beneficial, or I said it. What was the next one? I feel like leadership and assertiveness go into the same type of category together. So I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, what about listening skills? Been helping a degenerate. Bro, get on your shit, man. Coding as a skill? Yeah, we can do that. What do you guys say? Wait, what did I say? I said listening skills. Listening skills. Honestly, I'd say listening is essential because when you have good listening skills, you build connections a lot easier because you'll be able to, especially like active listening, so that you can ask the right questions to people and really get to know people a lot better. You tend to make connections a lot better. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think it also complements learning as well, cause it's just like the intake of outside information, knowledge, just stuff coming from the outside, and like it comes into you. So definitely, like if you have that skill leveled up, like very high up, you're gonna be able to just learn faster. You're going to be able to come to understand how things in the world work and just progress. So listening, it helps you in social situations, it helps you in academic situations, it helps you in all sorts of situations. It's pretty pivotal and fundamental. So yeah, I'd place it very high up on the tier list.
Yeah, I was gonna. I didn't. Are you done, Victor? I didn't want
Yeah,
to.
yeah, I'm done. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, just along with communication, listening is just as essential. Because if we're gonna put communication up as very essential and very important, listening goes hand in hand. Something that really helps me is even if I go in for like a morning coffee, just talking to the barista or whoever's making it, just talking to them and seeing how their day is and showing that you care can not only make their day, it can help, make your day better as well. Because the book, I know you were talking about it, Syntax, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie.
Yeah.
I've read that book probably like 2 or 3 times. I read it for the first time, I think like 2018.
God damn.
And man, I'm telling you, that book, just to summarize it, if you show interest in people, people are gonna show interest in you. And it
course.
took me forever to learn that. Like, even like with women, like believe it or not, if you show interest in what they're like, I know you hate it. I hate it. Even like right now, my girlfriend, she wants to go on and on about her day, and it's like, yo, shut up. But like, I can't say. So like, so like, you gotta just like go on, to be like, oh, like, and I'll be like, oh, like, babe, like, how's your day? Like, tell me about it, and then, sometimes you can't switch that mind off and like actually not listen because if she'll ask like, oh, what did I just say, or she'll try to like ask you something, it'll it'll be terrible, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, like in How to Win Friends and Influence People, communication and listening is one of the top. It's one of the 5 things that you need to learn.
Mhm.
And honestly, it's essential because you can't communicate if you don't listen. Because imagine someone who just talks, but they don't listen. It's gonna get annoying really quick. You're gonna get sick of them. So that's why everyone's heard the saying, "We have 2 ears for a reason. We have one mouth." We have to listen more than we speak. And there's a poem that I learned back when I was in college. It's called Owl. It goes, "There once was a wise old owl who sat on an oak. The more he sat, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. So why can't we be like that wise old bird?" So it's kind of like a nursery rhyme, but the fact that if we can just listen more than we speak, you're gonna go a lot farther because a lot of times, you feel that how many times have you I'm trying to like say this in a way that everyone can. How many times have you said something and you didn't think it all the way through? Probably everyone has done that. Everyone's done
Mhm.
that, whether it be like with a girlfriend, a friend, a family member, whatever. You might just say something that you just spit out that you didn't mean. Like it was just the first thing that went into your head, or like you're in class or something. It could be anything. And how many times do you actually do that? But then you don't actually just sit and you think. You a lot of people like I remember I think it was a year ago. I mean, it wasn't this exact situation, but if I was to say like this was like a Jeffrey moment, but like, I was sitting in the middle of, everyone was talking about where they're gonna match. Like, oh, what are you gonna match? Like, oh my gosh, like how are your interviews? All this, okay. And I can't remember what exactly I said, but everyone just turned around like, what did he just say? You know what I'm saying? Like everyone is just like, you gotta listen before you speak. You gotta think about what you're saying before you speak. And that goes in any way. Like if you just have to observe the room and your eyes and ears are the best things to pick up on anything in this world. Like they're the first things that you're gonna use is your eyes and your ears. Hopefully you don't use your nose because people do be stinking sometimes. But what I'm saying is like you got to understand that you have to listen. It's essential. That is probably more essential than being able to communicate is actually listening because you can't communicate without listening. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Sure. I think one dude from the audience might might have wanted to expand, so I'm gonna invite him up and Sahar. Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So I feel like leadership and I forgot what the other thing was called, goes hand in hand because you can't really like teach things to other people without listening to them, you know?
Mhm.
A lot better to learn from other people's mistakes than make them your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say.
You care if I expand on that real quick?
Yeah, sure. Let me think for a second, because I'm
Okay.
quite nervous right now.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good. For myself, I think the best way to learn is to fail and to, get shot down. There are many times, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone here has watched the sport of basketball. How many times who's a shooter? Steph Curry shot a ball and he's missed it. Doesn't mean he's gonna stop shooting. You know what I'm saying? So like, look at that in life. Like, we're gonna try and we're gonna shoot at all these opportunities in our life, and we're not gonna make every single one. So that's a learning concept because like you could look online and watch YouTube videos about, oh, I messed up doing this, or I, screwed up trying to do this, or like trying to build my own business or whatever. You can watch all those videos, you know what I'm saying, and try to gather all that information, but like you're never gonna understand until you do it, and you're never gonna know what to do after until you fail because you're not going to succeed in everything. I promise you that. There are many times where I failed exams, I failed, my exes, I failed so many people in my life. You know what I'm saying? But like, you got to understand that like you're not going to learn until you fail. You're not going to learn until you know what you have to do when you've hit rock bottom. If that makes sense.
For sure.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, but it's pretty helpful to like take other people's experiences and kind of see the way that they like recollect themselves and kind of learn from that so you yourself can make yourself better, you know? You know what I'm putting down? You know?
Yeah, for sure. 10 minutes is up though, so
For sure.
Yeah.
you can cross me up and boot me.
All right. But hit a three in your face. Splash. Boys, you never take losses, you take lessons.
I think just for failure is like a catalyst for learning in general. Like you should just aim to take something out of the experience, something positive, something profound that you can use, that's gonna have like a positive effect going forward. So you can tie that back into learning. So if you mess up somehow, or things don't go as planned in an exam, or in a social scenario, or a relationship with someone, you better just like keep your ears open and listen up, take in advice. Even it may seem like sore, your pride may seem like wounded from hearing advice about how to improve or how to get better. Well, it's for the better that you just take in what you hear, and use it to benefit yourself, use it to improve, and use it to just to be better off in general and overall.
Bars. A a cross-eyed teacher couldn't control his pupils. God came out. Tweaking, bro. All right. Someone, you need a soundboard. I mean, shit, I might get one. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Someone wanted to,
Bruh.
y'all got jokes, bruh. Y'all got jokes. We can get demonetized, bruh. Okay, someone wanted to talk, or someone wanted us to talk about programming as a skill. I don't know if I'd consider it a life skill. And I'm gonna keep it brief on coding. I'd say I'd put it in complementary.
Jesus Christ.
You guys, you guys got me fucked up. Oh my god, bro. Oogway got me fucked up, bro. Oh my god, bro. All right, I'm gonna. Well, how much time has it been? Almost an hour and a half. Okay, I'm gonna. How many? What are the most important ones? So that one. That one. Okay, I got two big ones. And then. Yo, y'all tweaking, bruh.
Yikes.
Nah, I used to fucking like the fucking racist jokes from my thing, but nowadays you're gonna get canceled. You can't have jokes anymore, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the next one is self-awareness and critical thinking. What do you guys think about that? I'd say it's essential. Take care, Ibrahim. Both essential. I would agree. Okay, I'm just gonna. I don't want to go too. Wait, what was it? Yeah. Alright, the last one is emotional intelligence. What do you guys think? I don't want to go too long because I want to eat as well. I'm kind of hungry.
Emotional intelligence. Like in what aspect, or
I'd say emotional intelligence is, in my opinion, beneficial. What'd you guys say though?
Yeah. Just to be able to. I think it's being able to understand like people's
It's like reading
like emotion.
social situations, like
Yeah,
body
yeah, yeah. That
language and
that
stuff
that
like that.
like yeah. So, yeah, that's it's very like practical as well. It's something that you're gonna get tons of use
Yeah.
out of and just IRL. So definitely, I'll put like oh we're not even using like the A B C terms
Yeah.
anymore. Just like the second highest one, yeah, like that yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's like beneficial plus.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just want to expand on the first two things that I said, which were, let me just check my phone. Critical thinking and self-awareness. If you're not self-aware, you don't know what you want to do or like what purpose you have in your life. You don't know what's going around or going on around you. It's like if you guys know the allegory of the cave, it's like being in the first level of the allegory of the cave. That won't make sense if you don't know the allegory. I should do a lecture on that. Honestly, it's a pretty deep topic that we can go on for quite a while on. Take care, catfish. Someone said, or someone asked, was a lecture done on creating habits and breaking old ones? Indeed, it was. Let me just link it, and I'll invite Vyson on the stage because he wants to add a point. Vyson, I invited you, by the way. Should be top of your Discord. Yo. Is he here? No, he's not here. I'm sweet. Hold on. Okay, let me link this. This is the habit lecture that I did. It was basically completely based off of Atomic Habits, so yeah. I'm telling Hamza. Fucking sweet, bro. Vyson, I invited you. If you don't want to come up, that's cool though. You did say you wanted to come up. Look at the top of your Discord. It should ask you, like, yes or no.
Yeah, and click accept. Yeah.
Oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry if I sound a bit young and also bad English,
Don't worry about
but in my opinion, critical thinking is like essential. I guess that's what most of you said, because in a way, how did we all get in this Discord? How do we change our lives in the first place when we're in a rut, you know, tough situation? Like for me, for example, my dog died, my girlfriend dumped me, and so I think, the fuck do I do? And you know, that's just how I got into Hamza. But then, like reflecting about reality type of critical thinking, I think that's also, sorry, excuse me, kind of, really important, because, you know, at some point maybe people just do stuff automatically. Like for example, imagine an average worker doing an office job. Yeah, he may still have goals, but you can kind of live a mundane life. So, sorry, just tripping over my words now. But you know, yeah, when it comes to life, I think people should like do some research about doubts and just philosophy in general, even though it does have to go thinking, right? But again, there are not again. there are things in education that should be taught in first place that aren't. For example, nutrition and just thinking like this about philosophy. I mean, at least for me, right? Because in high school, 14 years old, there isn't much about that. And at some point, you, well, gotta think for yourself. That just comes to the main point I'm trying to make again. It's, you gotta think for yourself. You need to figure things out in a rut, and you need to just do it the best way. That's beneficial for you and most likely your mental health. Sorry if what I said didn't really make sense, but you know, that's about it.
Thank you, Bison. Is that Bison? How do you pronounce it?
Yes, I am Bison.
Appreciate you for coming up on the stage. I'm gonna move you down to the audience. Appreciate you coming up here, though. Takes a lot of confidence.
Oh, yes. Thanks.
No problem, bro. Take care. Yes, get some Adonises about this dude, or for this dude. Confidence is it's essential, though. Just, so. Don't even have to touch on that. What are we doing? We're about to wrap up this lecture. That's fucking good job, Bison. Fuck with you. I guess we can just do you guys want to do questions? Like, if you guys have any questions about anything, you guys can ask them, or we can just go ahead and close it up. Time zone ain't helping me, huh? My fault, bro. Usually they're at like 1 p.m. EST, which is like around 6 GMT. But yeah, I had some work that I had to get done. Oh shit.
For
Syntax, you will have to keep starving because I have questions. Put them in the chat, bro. Yeah, just if you have questions, just go ahead and drop them.
Yeah, go.
Go. Quick question Q&A, rapid fire time, so that I can eat food. Because I need to get my calorie surplus, because I'm down horrendous in my, or how much I should have eaten. Also need to work out. Yeah, it should be uploaded tomorrow or the day after. Because actually tomorrow's a day off for me. No school tomorrow. What is the best way to stay motivated to a goal?
Literally have it written or visually like present. So the wall thing, like what Hamza does or and advocates for, is just get some paper and then just get pen and then write it up very large.
So
Like for
basically
me,
the wall
yeah,
just
go
to follow up with your question, is basically what Hamza has, like, I'm sure you've seen this in his videos at least once or twice, but basically he has a board of his goals on the wall. So like I don't know if you want to pin it to your wall or put some tape or something on the wall, and he just has a piece of paper that lists all his goals. And if you really want to, like, if you're setting a goal, for example, like, oh, I want to get for example, a good body. Think, why do you want to get it? Journal about this. Think like, oh, because I'll get this, I'll feel better, I'll feel better about myself, whatever reason you want. And then constantly remind yourself of why you're doing these things. You don't have the strong why, you're not going to follow the goal.
Yeah, and you want to also be like immersed in the process, or just just a feeling of that goal as well. So if it's like fitness related, you want everything around you to just inspire like fitness or for you to get active. Have things easily set up for you to make it a lot easier. So even when you feel like taking a day off or something, you want to go for a run, just have like your running shoes and your running gear laid out or your gym bag like easily laid out, so it's just a lot easier and you don't feel like putting it off. You just want to make the process a lot more fluid and a lot more natural to the point it's just gonna become like embedded in you. You do set things to achieve your goal, so you're going to do that thing a lot more often.
Mm. And one extra thing just to wrap it up is set realistic goals. Don't set a goal that, like, people always set goals when they're in their motivated state of mind, when they're like, oh, right now I'm feeling like I can achieve anything, and then they end up setting goals like, oh, I'm gonna run 20 miles tomorrow and every day after. Keep it low, keep the bar low. Don't set goals that are gonna be like super high and crazy when you're like motivated. Set goals like, okay, I'm gonna get in the gym 3 times a week and I only have to go there and come back. So it's not like something super mentally taxing. You don't have to stay motivated to a goal if it's easy to do. If it's something like, I want to read, it can be just one line out of your book and then just progressively overload. You don't need to, like, it's not going to be like a super challenging thing that's going to be super taxing on your mental, that you're going to be like, oh, I don't want to do this, I can't do this, like, that you're going to pussy out of. So set realistic goals and stay consistent with those goals. Vyson says how to not fear failure.
Mm,
That's a great question.
First off, you shouldn't like it's very like I don't know how to say this, but people, it's like society and just like the world or life has just made failure out to be a bad thing. So there's heavy emphasis on, let's say, grades, for example. If you fail, then that's, oh, it's a bad thing, and that's the end, right? It's very bad. So your parents obviously will obviously be under the assumption that failure is bad as well in terms of grades. So you're naturally, even if you don't see it yourself as a bad thing, just subconsciously you're going to fear failing because you know that there's going to be repercussions afterwards. But you have to see that you have to be able to tell and see that there's always like another way around. Even if that path is blocked off, there's a different path to achieving the end goal. So you should try to treat failure as a learning experience instead of just a game over and that's it. Nothing is learned when that's not the case. It's there's a lot to be learned from failure, but the word itself has very negative connotations or just negative like stigma around it. But it's something that it's a teaching like tool, and it's a process or an outcome that you can learn a lot from.
Two things that I want to say. One, try to rephrase your or reframe your mindset of failure is not a failure. It's a lesson to be learned. And that ties into the second part, which is try to develop a growth mindset. When you have a growth mindset, you're not going to take failures as a negative thing. You're going to take it as a sign that you need to improve. And you're not going to be afraid of failure. And I remember reading something later down that you're struggling, you can't approach anyone at school. Don't start with things that are, or I think that was Uguay. I don't know whose question we're answering anymore, to be honest, but whoever.
Yeah.
Start by just giving people eye contact, build up over time, and don't think of it as being a failure. Think of it as you're building up and you're increasing your skills. You're not failing, you're actually getting XP. You're leveling up your skills and you're not actually failing. Try to reframe your mindset.
Yeah, analogy asks, do I like to do sprints or long distance? I'll say kind of like it's starting to favor long distance, but again back I'm starting to go back to what I'm good at or what like I've done for so long, which is sprinting. But that, it's easier just to do long distance when because for sprinting you pretty much like want a track to do it on. Grass is not ideal, so yeah, I'd say I'm a long distance kind of guy right now, or middle distance, just road running or distance in general.
Indeed. I think we're yo. Ooh, wait, you tweaking, bro. I think we will wrap it up for today. If you guys want your question asked or answered, you can always DM me. I'm pretty much always open to respond to you guys.
Wait. You have your DMs open?
Oh, bro, I haven't closed mine.
Oh, bro, I had to. Never mind, just continue.
No, honestly, like I haven't received any of the like trolling emails. There's a few times where it's like
bro.
people asking to get unbanned and shit, which I usually don't respond to, but
Yeah, sure.
yeah, no, I don't actually get that many trolling emails, but or messages.
DMs.
Yeah, DMs. But as I said, if you guys have a question that you would like answered, you can go ahead and DM me. I'm always open to answer. As I said, it might take a little bit of time because I do have a life, and yeah. But other than that, I appreciate you guys for showing up, and this was actually a really interactive lecture. So I appreciate you guys for taking the time and staying throughout the whole thing and dropping your knowledge. Shout out to Society, shout out to Uguay, shout out to Bison, shout out to everyone who came up and just talked. Appreciate you guys. Take care, boys.